So it looks like Dororo is finally back to normal this week, and what I mean by that is art and animation. Now, I know there was some individuals that did like the art and animation from last week, and if you did, you know what, good on you. I'm happy for you. I really am. Enjoy what you enjoy. But I'm so glad to have the kind of the main art animation back that I'm kind of used to, because just seeing the way the art was last week with the animation, it was just, yeah. So, I'm glad for this episode. It was definitely just so much better than last week, and it felt like my Dororo that I watch every single Monday. So, let's get right into it. So, this episode is a Dororo-focused episode, which you think would make sense because the show is named after her, but it's usually always about Haya's story. And so this is one of the first times we've actually seen in the entirety of this anime that Dororo has the major spotlight, and we get to see how she fares without Haya to constantly back her up. It's a very big episode for her, showing how she could actually handle herself without the help of others. And I think this is something that, you know, we should realize. She is someone that survived by herself for a very long time, so we get to see a little bit of an example of that, how she would fare without Haya to this day and age after everything she has learned. She's, you know, kind of flirted with death a little bit just because of how close she's been to it, and so seeing her kind of navigate very close to death but get away from it, it fits in line with her character and how much she has changed alongside being with Haya, but even before that as well. So let's get right into, you know, one of the main events of this episode, which is Itachi wanting the map from Dororo. So obviously, with the whole event of Dororo, you know, now knowing that there is another path, for instance, being able to follow the map that her parents left behind, it's a very big step for the character, because that is an end game. Because once let's say Haya does get his vengeance and he takes down his father, his mother, and, you know, his brother, there still has to be more. Like, that's not where your life ends. There is still more to your life after that, unless he decides to completely disregard that and go down a different direction with his life and follow Dororo to be able to find the treasure. You know, there's multiple options here. There's always been, and that's kind of what was mainly established last week, and seeing the treasure come front line and center for this week's episode makes sense, because now Dororo has to make a decision. She has to make a decision. Does she want this treasure right now? Because if she has the treasure, she'll be able to go to foreign lands. She'll be able to create her own country. She'll be able to buy a large amount of land, or just be able to eat constantly. Whatever it may be, Dororo has a lot of options available to her if she does get that fortune that her parents left behind. And she could take that, use it for herself, or use it with Haya to make sure they both have good lives. And, you know, Haya could decide to go with her and not have to worry about getting vengeance and gaining everything back. Whatever the case may be, though, it's a very big step, and Itachi wanting that basically forces Dororo to come face to face and make the decision very quickly. Does she want this fortune right now, or does she want to wait and settle what's going on with Haya first? And she does slightly make her decision. She does say that she doesn't want the fortune right now. She says it directly to Itachi, but obviously Itachi, you know, he forces the matter and figures out where the map is through the heat, and he goes to its location, which I think overall this is going to still be settled next week. Like, for instance, when we finally get, you know, with Itachi finding the fortune and Dororo looking upon it, I wonder if she will decide to grab it for her own, or will she still decide to leave it there once everything is said and done and, you know, carry on with her journey until eventually she comes back to it when she is of age. Whatever may happen. Which, by the way, let's talk about Itachi. Itachi as a character, let's be real here. He is a very unique character. At first glance, when you first see him, he just seems like a rat. He seems like someone that just betrayed Dororo's family, and he's just scum. He needs to be put down. But the more and more you see of his character, he isn't just a straight-up heinous individual. Yes, he's done some heinous things. Yes, he is not a good person, so to say. But I wouldn't downright say he's an evil man that just does evil things to be evil. He is someone that is driven by his motives, his passion, but at the same time, he doesn't do things just to be mean. And see, when you really take a moment to think about it, if he wanted to, he could have killed Dororo instantly in this episode. Like, once he found out about the map, instead of tying her up, he could have killed her. He could have, but he didn't, because once again, he's someone that isn't really 100% evil. He is not full-on, let's say, chaotic or evil. He's just more in the gray area side of things. He's not, like, pure gray. He's leaning towards, like, evil, but he's not, like, evil. And seeing his reaction to the village that was just completely massacred, and he doesn't know what really happened, basically it shows that he does have humanity. He does feel, and he still thinks what happens to civilians in a random village, you have to be a true monster to do something like that. And so seeing his men's reaction, his reaction to the village, it speaks volumes about his character. Even though he obviously has done some heinous things, he is still someone that does have some morals left inside of him. So I do respect that as, a character. Seeing him act like that, I like him. He's a really good character, but I do think before everything is said and done, though, most likely, he might actually sacrifice himself for Dororo to protect her, and then Dororo will be able to have the family legacy for herself. I think something like that is going to happen, because the way the character is and how he could easily have gotten rid of Dororo, I just feel like he's someone that does respect Dororo's family still to this day, and he doesn't really want to completely tarnish that. He doesn't want to get rid of Dororo completely, so I do think that he might step up and have some form of redemption next week when whatever Shark Boy is going to do, which, by the way, let's talk about that. The sharks. So I was really wondering until the major shark was revealed, like when he was able to control them and get them to do what he wanted. I was wondering if the sharks were just regular sharks or if they were actually demons/ghouls. And it is revealed that they are ghouls, because they are definitely not a normal shark. A shark doesn't just sit there and mourn the loss of, like, its family, because sharks will eat its own. That's how they are in real life. Sharks will literally eat their own. So, because of that, I knew for a fact just from that one little scene, like, okay, these aren't normal sharks. They actually do have a viewership, like, they view family, they know what family is, they care about their family, and so seeing that moment, I'm like, okay, so this shark is going to be different. I'm kind of curious on how the shark is going to be able to save its family. Shark Boy, is it going to be able to walk on land? Now, I'm assuming so, because, when you really take a moment to think about it, the village was destroyed. And when you look at just the blood on the wall and all that, there's just no way a single individual could kill an entire village. I don't think that's possible, especially with him being wounded like he is, having, lack of an arm. So I think that his sharks actually can come on land and fight. So that's going to be fascinating. I wonder exactly how they're going to be able to handle that, because right now they don't have Haya. And I feel like that's going to be a big key thing here, is that Dororo's experience is probably going to be used to be able to bring this creature down without Haya being there, because Haya is nowhere around. How's Haya supposed to find Dororo when he can't even actually walk properly? Which, by the way, leads into the major step for Haya's character next week, is that he is going back to the very person that equipped him with all of his limbs. Equipped him with, artificial arms and legs, to eyeballs, mask, everything. He is finally going back to that individual, and he's probably going to be re-equipped with, new legs and all that, maybe new arms, and maybe a new katana, whatever. He's going to be re-equipped to be able to fight. And I wonder what's going to happen there, because, when you really think about, Haya's relationship with that dude, it's basically father and son. Like, that's really what Haya most likely would think, is because it's the only real adult he's known that he grew up with that raised him. He might view that guy as more of a father than his own father, so we'll see. But overall, is the episode good? It's a good episode, obviously. It's a little bit slow. It is slow, but it gets the point across of what themes it's trying to set up, and so I am looking forward to seeing how Haya, from his perspective, on how he's going to handle without Dororo, and to eventually find her. And once again, to just reinstate it, I'm just very happy to have the old art style back, because, honestly, I don't know if I could put up with it if I had to deal with last week's art style and animation for the remaining episodes of Dororo. So just very, very happy just to see it back into what it once was, and just really good art overall. Really love the backgrounds for this episode. But I think that's about it. let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And if you want to get notified for whenever a video is uploaded, please hit the bell icon down below. Because for some reason, even if you subscribe, you don't always get notified. So if you do want to get notified for whenever a video is uploaded, please hit that bell icon down below. And this doesn't go just for me. This goes for all YouTubers on the platform. So even if you don't care about my content, you don't care to see it, at the very least do it for the YouTubers you do care about, because it does help us out a lot and allows you guys to stay up to date. And so with that, I love you guys. Be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.